right by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Cool.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
Oh, he's a psyker.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Okay.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort,
Rude.
come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Oh, something hits you hard with a sharp crackle and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Traitor. Oh. Oh, He's the Master of Whispers is the traitor. What a weasel.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voitvir, you two-faced scum. You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you.
I am perceptive.
I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Okay.
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind. Fond
so he is
The Sentinel
already...
refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Huh. So he's already warp-tainted. Coercion succeeded. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grok shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
No.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sorcerers' voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I am not your puppet. The voice in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Okay. Skill tests and dialogue. One of the available skill dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select the option, the consequence of which will depend on the result associated with the test. Success or failure depends on how the dialogue develops. Depending on the context, you might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option that requires a skill test and you will see a tooltip detailing your chances of success. The number after that skill's name indicates difficulty of test. Once your character starts travelling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill will be effectively... Okay, got it. Okay, in the gateway arch you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front of panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Tech use 100%, chance 100%, examine the device. Tech use test succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. Gained 20 experience. Nice. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voitvir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Place your hand into the sentinel's maw. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass, the sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever... This is where they need an Amelia from Baldur's Gate 3 doing the narration.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the warrant. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Nice. End dialogue. Oh, look at that. Heavy bolter tarantula turrets. Oh, flamethrowers out of the walls.
There is still another way.
Oh, look at him. He's got, like, sorcerer abilities. Nice. Check the warrant chamber. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the price.
What's that? Old injury. An injury that wasn't healed in time. It can be healed with a medkit, but it does require passing a Medicaid test to succeed. Too many injuries reduce character's resolve and cause traumas. Duration permanent. Ow. Okay. Oh, here you go. This is the warrant. Let it be known by that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant, to be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through the pain to greatness. Oh, a servo
the
skull.
child of the house to safety.
I need a weapon, I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Okay. I need to contact somebody, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Okay.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress.
Obnubilation!
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Word of the day, obnubilation. Try and find that in some type of conversation. Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Ah, lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
And dialogue. As the game's story unfolds, you'll see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J, wicked, or clicking left mouse button on the notification top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quests you've accepted and their current status. Use the journal to help yourself understand where to go on the next steps of your adventure. The rumours and contracts section also contains important information. You'll learn more about them later. Okay. So, J for journal. There we go. So we're doing this one. So no one must reach warrant. Simple order sent to a coach will lock the chamber. Seal the warrant chamber.
Run, fools, or fall!
Cool. That guy's hard.
Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voitvir is a traitor. We parted ways on the officer's deck. He stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Voitvir openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Oh, we now receive a lasgun. Okay, it's a good start. Okay, it's a rifle at least. A flak chest plate and a medikit. Okay. Treating injuries. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within 1 round. Ouch. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. We're just playing on normal. Injuries reduce character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Use medikits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Not a good thing. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medikit. Medikits can only be used by characters who have a field medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Click left mouse button Abelard's portrait. Select the medikit on the panel at the bottom of the left of the screen, then use it on your character. Abelard needs to be standing right next to your character to administer the treatment. Okay, we've got a new items. So I to open inventory, bag icon. Okay, right. So the first thing is select
We
Abelard.
are the spearhead of the Imperial.
Click the medikit. And
Let's
click.
patch you up.
There
I
we
won't
go.
forget this.
Cool. And I for inventory. To equip new weapons or armor, open your inventory from I, double click left mouse button on the item. Alternatively, you can hold it and drag item onto the slot. Yep. View parameters of an item, hold hover of the cursor. Another way to view details is right click on its icon, select info. You can switch between party members using arrows at the top of the inventory screen or clicking left mouse button on the character's portrait. Item descriptions contain comparisons with any corresponding items. Okay, good. Right, so we've got this. So we've got lasgun. Give me that. Oh, that's Abelard. No, I want me. There we go.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Okay.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Okay.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The warrant chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal.
Come. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Cool. Man, I wanted to equip my gear! Combat begins with the tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but may try to take up advantageous positions. To select a character by clicking left mouse button on the portrait at the top of the screen, then click the left mouse button on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character during the tactical phase. Each character in the party may move up to their maximum movement points, but cannot position themselves adjacent to an enemy. Press space to start the battle. There's no... Right. So I think I want to move over here. And I want Abelard. Let's move him here, yeah, because he's going to be second to go, so we can move him to here. Okay, start the battle. The combat abilities of characters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom right of the screen on the abilities panel. To read the full description of the ability, hover your cursor over its icon, click right mouse button on it. Click left mouse button on the icon to use the ability. Before the ability is used, you will get to review it. Okay. You'll see the ability's area of effect. Each character, yeah, okay. When you're ready to use, yeah, that's fine. During adventures, the characters will gain new abilities, talents. Okay, good. Right. So what have we got here? We've got Burst Fire. That counts as 2 AP. And then you've got Single Shot, which is 1 AP. 5 to 7 damage. 5 to 7 damage. Armor Pen's the same. Hit chance. Okay. So what we kind of want to do is like that, but we're going to hit our man if we do that. 54% chance. Yeah, okay. So that's not going to work for us. So we want to move first. Actually, what I want to do then is if I come here...
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Right, and then we choose this one.
Who, if not me? The end was inevitable.
Okay. And we got a 10 stack with that. Regimental tactics. We're not close enough. He needs to be in the square next to us. And run and gun. I don't want to use that either. Okay. Your new companion is a warrior. Abelard specializes in melee combat, drawing enemies' attacks. Charge is a unique warrior ability that works only when they're using a melee weapon and is not considered an attack action. Use charge to close distance between you and enemy. Okay, if an enemy is in the direct path of charge, Abelard will attack them and still be able to use an attack action afterward if he has not used one this turn.